Hi, I am prabhushankar. I am a design thinker and I am pursuing biomedical engineering in SNS College of Technology. And today I am here to talk about the artificial intelligence in healthcare. Let's simply start with what is artificial intelligence? And I will give a prime example like artificial intelligence is a development of computer systems and that are capable of performing tasks that normally require a human intelligence such as decision making, object detection and complex problems and so on. So let's begin, move on and discuss artificial intelligence in the healthcare domain. As the introduction of artificial intelligence in the 1950s, it has been impacting the various domains, including marketing, finance, and gaming industry, and even the musical arts. However, the largest impact on the artificial intelligence being the medical field. And now we are going to see the latest report of PwC. The artificial intelligence will contribute an additional 15.7 trillion to the world economy by 2030. And the greatest impact will be in the medical field, and so we know that the healthcare is getting more importance, also is being used as artificial intelligence in a more advanced manner. Now what is led to the sudden importance of AI in the healthcare industries? What do you think the reason is a sudden growth in the artificial intelligence? Let me narrow it down to you. Two major points which have made an AI so impactful in the medical field. And the first reason is the high availability of data. Now all of us have tons of medical data in the form of medical history. Whenever we go to any hospital, we use our history and written down in accounts. Basically, it's the availability of data implementing the artificial intelligence become much easier based on the AI technologies. The deep learning of the machine learning, which require the tons of data, the availability of the data will become easier to implement, or it become easier to use an artificial intelligence in the healthcare industries. Another important point reason that we led to the development of AI healthcare is the introduction of complex algorithms. Now what happens when the machine learning is not capable of handling the dimensional data, and practically medical data is that we have our healthcare data, we have high dimension data. It's very vast, thousands and thousands of attributes now for us. In order to process and analyze the data of this dimension, it's hard to do with machine learning. But as soon as deep learning and neural network was introduced, it became much easier, because the learning and the neural basically networks focus on solving complex problems that involves high dimension data, so that the development and deep learning and neural links is also played a major role in the impact of AI in the healthcare. So I hope all of you understood why artificial intelligence is impacting the healthcare industry in such a huge manner. Now let's move on in a couple of cases of artificial intelligence in healthcare. So AI is actually benefiting healthcare organizations by implementing cognitive technologies in order to unwind a huge amount of medical records, and in order to perform any power diagnosis to take by 2024. Now this was something that was found in a global market insight, so it helps a neural network. So depending on the deep learning models, artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the image diagnosis in the field of medicine. One major application of AI in the medical diagnosis is the MRI scans. AI has taken over the complex analysis of MRI scans, and it has made it such simple process. MRI scans actually the most difficult to analyze, and because of the amount of information they contain in the normal MRI analysis, it will take several hours. It will take more than 5 to 4 hours, and it can between 7 to 2 hours, and any close researcher to formulate an outcome or trying to get the results from the large data sets, they have wait for 4 hours for a computer to generate these scans. Now the solution is here clearly deep learning. So I can mention earlier large and complex databases can be analyzed with the help of neural networks, and this is exactly what a team of researchers implemented in the MIT. Right, the development of the neural network called voxel morph that was trained on data set of approximately 7,000 MRI scan. So how neural network functions by inputting the data as one of the, so you just give an input and the end of the neural network, then this is the input will undergo transformation throughout the network until the final desired output is formed. So the neural network on the principle of weights and bias is now being want to be learn more neural networks, and deep learning will leave a link in the description, so you can check the content I am saying about in the things, and you can see it in the PPT also. I have discussed about it, and succeeded in beating the conventional MRI. The analysis method, neural network, took seconds to perform an analysis. The same analysis that will take an MRI about hours to conventional MRI program. So you can clearly see a huge difference when I implement AI-based technologies in like deep learning and neural networks, so that artificial intelligence is used in medical diagnosis. Let's understand how the artificial intelligence has helped us detecting the disease and the earlier stages. Like artificial intelligence has played a very important role in the earlier predictions and of the medical field, such as heart rate. Now, AI has played a very important role in decision making, not only in the field of healthcare, but AI has also improved the business by studying the customer needs and evaluating any potential risk that the business might face. A powerful use case of artificial intelligence in the decision making is the use of surgical robots that can minimize the errors and any variations, and it will be eventually help in the increasing efficiency of your surgeons. And such surgical robot is dementia think that it is quite aptly named. Basically, the device allows a professional surgeon to implement complex surgeries with better flexibility and control than any other invention approaches. So the key feature of Da Vinci helps